kid is tough, but this will traumatize her. Grabbing the handkerchief that was used for wrapping, I try to pick up the eyeball to dispose of it. Emphasis on try. Contact, even with the fabric, has me gagging. The thought of squishing it and covering my fingers with the slick and slime of it made me recoil. But the slightest of touch is enough to make the eyeball roll towards the bed. And in my mad scramble to make a grab for it, it rolls away even farther under the bed until it's in the smack dab middle. There, it just taunts me from where it sits out of my reach. Green iris fixed on me again, perhaps judging my poor attempts to get it.
The hell with it! I don't have time for this!
I wash my hand of this, quite literally at that. Though, I wish it is not easier said than done. The nagging in the back of my head, the voice that tells me I need to be more cautious about this refuses to push the matter aside. But it is true that it causes for concern without demands of anything of the like. Worrying will do very little to help. Looking around the room, I try to see if any present have been left behind. To my relief, inside from the blue box, nothing else is out of place. The most I can do right now is alert the present security staff about this breach. Watch for any other threats. Sorry, I thought I heard something. If they have a message for me, they'll most likely send it with the next gift. Wherever I sent this, I would assume that it's more to shake me up more than anything else at the moment. It would be best to act as if this did not happen. No need to make a child worry about it either. She doesn't need to know. Smoothing down my suit and my hair with a sigh, I steel myself for the horrors. The horrors that come with taking care of a child. When I try to forget the horrors that come in a box.
Good morning to you, Luke.
Speak of the devil and she shall appear. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, Kylie grins up at me as soon as I open the bedroom door. She swings the backpack she's clutching, hitting me leg in a show of impatience and looking entirely unapologetic for it.
Did you just wake up? Don't tell me you forgot. It's our playdate today.
I thought I'd forget. Kylie's visits are a frequent enough thing that they've found a way into my schedule. They're supposed to be visits to her godmother. But we can't pick who her child gets along with, so as long as I'm not busy, her father can drop her off for the day. Which is all well and good for me, if it makes Suarez focus on the work I've given him. Besides, she's a bright child, tolerable. She's got a good head on her shoulders and can get pretty mature for her age at times. Of course, they have to thank me for that. Of course, right? Her parents can take partial credit, but Hannah and I have been there for this kid since he was just a small baby. Why I can still remember the first time I saw her, it was during her baptism. The only reason I was there was to accompany Anna, who was to be named godmother. She was such a tiny thing, not even a year old, and swaddled in her mother's arm and white cloth. It was the first time I really saw an infant up close enough to hold one at least. It had been terrifying to be giving a little child to carry after the whole water ceremony. I've never done so before that, to hold a tiny life in my arms. I could have just dropped her on the head, and this little type before me would have stopped existing there and then. But the child just smiled at me, babbling nonsensical words as children do, and clinging to me even as I tried to hand her off to Anna. She had thought it hilarious and adorable. My suit had been a mess, and I was nearly an anxious wreck by the time I handed her back to her mother. Yet it was pleasant too.
Of course I didn't, you little rugrat. I just had to take care of something before you arrived.
Really? Well, I guess that's fine. As long as you told me for work like last time.
Really? Now why don't we go back down and have breakfast in the parlor?
I already ate at home. Papa made one of his tortillas de patatas. He wouldn't let me leave until I finished every bite.
Tortilla de patatas. Ah, the Suarez and famous tortilla de patatas. Those things are hazard. You can probably use one to bludgeon someone into submission with how huge they are. It's a miracle Kylie can still be so energetic. I had trouble staying awake for the first time I had one. Speaking of staying awake,
Well, I need some coffee in me at the very least. But if you'd like, you can jump straight to dessert.
Yes, dessert, please.
this is enough to manage Kitty with the promise of sweets, thankfully. The hard part is managing her before she gets the sweets, because I nearly have a heart attack when the kid races down the stairs. Just the thought of her sleeping and breaking her neck is enough to make me rush down after her.
Slow down, the food isn't going anywhere.
The food is going somewhere. In my tummy.
Ah, shit!
Jesus fucking Christ. Children.
With a shake of my head, I usher Kylie towards the parlor and order a maid to bring food for us. For our breakfast there is, along with a cup of coffee for me, and an ice cream for Kylie. But I can't leave the kid alone for too long, unless I want to let her turn the other room into a slaughter ground. True to my expectations, I've only left Kylie alone for a few minutes, but she's already made herself comfortable. The stuff from backpack has been left scattered across the room for coloring books and crayons to toys. She's well equipped to amuse herself with no trouble, though I can certainly breathe a little easier if she won't bring her doll along every time she visits. Yeah, her doll is kinda creepy. Narcissa or Scissor is a creepy little bugger. It doesn't help when Kylie left her during one. Finding the thing at the bottom of the stairs staring up at me at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning is a memory that won't be leaving me anytime soon. Even now, it stares at me from where it's seated. I am only tempted to just throw the thing into the fireplace and banish it from whence it came. I can buy her a prettier doll, a better toy. I would break it, find a way to get rid of it if it wasn't for Mana, and if only Kylie is not so attached to it. The thing is, some antique doll she found for the brat's 6th birthday, one of a kind. My darling Hannah loves her so much. And Kylie does try to be a good goddaughter, but she just can't keep her interest long with the wife. It's not something that Anna does wrong on her part. She does try so very, very hard. It's just that she doesn't quite know how to really handle children. She'd never been around other children when she was young, surrounded by protective adults who catered to her with every whim and worried for her safety every minute. When she's not able to keep up with Kylie, her first instinct is to be strict. Impose rules on the child, treat her as if she's made of spun glass, like every moment might break her. I at least have some idea from being around street kids. I know the games they've played and how they think. I know that scraps and skinned knees are all part of childhood. Even with how I grew up, I had time to be a child and not some sheltered heiress. With Kylie, as behaved as she can be, with her toys and her books and heart, she has to use up all energy somehow. To run around the playground and make a mess in the mud, or to even just fake wrestle for a short while, it'll be a child when she wants, I'd say. If it becomes too much, just bribe her with sweets or ship her back to her papa. Problem solved. Unfortunately, Anna is not quite up for those sort of things most of the time, thinking it would spoil the child. It turns the whole plate awkward every time. Taking the last seat left, I pluck one of her coloring books from the table to see if it's filled with dinosaurs. Not exactly what I expect to see for a little girl, but it doesn't hurt anyone. If she wants to play with dolls and cars or dolls with their cars, what do I care? She wants to put those toys on model cars even.
Oh, this is a new one. The last one you had was filled with horses, wasn't it?
Those were ponies, Tio. They're much cuter than horses. But we went to a dinosaur zoo, and it was awesome!
The dinosaur zoo? I want to go there.
Siri, dinosaurs are my favorite.
I have no idea what that is, but it must be something. I'm only familiar with the T-Rex myself.
Yeah, they found, fossils of its claws. They're really long.
Oh yeah.
They think the whole theory might be a bazillion meters tall, even bigger than a T-Rex.
Is that really a thing? A theory?
Cisa says it'll be big enough to eat all my classmates.
She only laughs as I scrunch up my nose and grimace.
Takako says you're making a really funny face.
Taka who?
That's creepy. Takako. Takako! A friend I made! I have to stop and look around, expecting one of the help to be there. The child does have a way of befriending just about anyone, as long as she puts her mind to it. Yet, the two of us are completely alone. Thankfully, she only finds my disturbed look as another funny grown-up expression. That might be a lot more problematic than whether she plays with dolls or cars though. Both the thoughts of Cisa giving Kylie ideas, and one of said ideas being massacred by dinosaur. Something I probably need to bring up with her father aside from her. But beyond murderous dinosaurs, creeping dolls and imaginary friends, I find no trouble with Kylie. She's as energetic and precocious as any tyke her age can be. She's an angel if she can get comfy and settle in after getting a squeeze. He played the whole day? Damn. We tuck into our waffles as soon as food is brought in. Our waffles because she wanted her own plate to go with the ice cream as soon as she saw mine. A fresh plate of berries is brought in as well, which really goes great with the rest of this feast, as Kylie puts it. And if I indulge in the sweetness, I have a cup of black coffee to pair it off with. With her belly full, Kylie grows content with just scribbling on a scrap of paper and calmly chatting about her week. She talks of her older brother Rohan and their parents, how they plan to go to the Bloxland and Berkshire for the winter holidays. She talks of Miss Pink, and I have to shift my legs to become comfortable once more. The memory of my initial meeting with her is still fresh on my mind. The little brat is quick to defend her favorite academic as well. The woman has yet to offer a proper apology, and she wishes to give one on her behalf, all diplomatic like I taught her. She talks of the sad man in the park and of her new friend who likes to play hide and seek when she's not sniffing in the loo. The sad man... I think the sad man was Zach? Zach or Ashton? Oh, I think it was Zach. When finally she finds nothing new to talk about, she goes back to her drawings. It will change as soon as her stomach settles, of course, to calm before the storm. Because behaved as she is right now, I can feel the curiosity just radiating off her. There's a restlessness buzzing under her skin and a question on the tip of her tongue, as they often are with children her age. But for now, I can take this beat with no complaint for however long it stays. I have fun with the crayons as well, at the child's insistence, even if I can't really draw. With Kylie using the black crayon, that leaves me with the blue one. I absent-mindedly start to draw a puppy to the best of my abilities. It's as I attempt to give the doodle dogs another eye that Kylie breaks her silence.
Tio? Where did Tia go? I saw them leave when I got here. Tia didn't look so good.
I've been expecting a lot of different questions. The kid always has a whole bunch of them ready for me, but I can only decide when she poses this particular one.
she's just going to the doctor's for a checkup.